let loose.
Makes sense. Should I stick a brush up my arse and sweep the floor while I'm at it? That was one of Jackie's classic sayings.
Imagine saying to my dad, can I have your card? I'm going, can
was
you bloody hell?
Hello, Claire Hamilton.
Hello, Sara Cox.
Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Teen Commandments, the show where we try to untangle the often challenging brains of our teenagers. This is our main episode, comes out every Monday. For those of you not watching on YouTube, if you are watching on YouTube, hi. Claire's wearing some custard yellow joggers, which are actually are they sunshine or custard? Bit of both.
I think they're a bit of custard, aren't they?
Beautiful.
They're a bit of a wide leg jogger.
You look great in a wide leg jogger.
I love a wide leg.
And I think that's an Argyle knit that you've got on. Is that what that pattern is on your V-neck?
I've got a few of these in different variations.
Very stylish, babe.
Thank you. You're looking nice and you're a little bit of pink.
Yes, it's another Hayley Menzies cardigan.
I love a Hayley Menzies.
I love her. Have you had a good few days since we last spoke? How are you doing?
Yeah, but I've been out with the teens. I've been out with my daughter before she heads back on her travels.
She was home. For people who haven't found this pod before, Claire had an empty nest. She started a nationwide campaign, let's say global campaign.
Yeah, it was very much going to be a huge thing.
Yes, there was going to be merchandise.
I had some followers in the street that were roaring.
It was very much like Forrest Gump.
There was going to be a festival.
Jogging behind her, running, yes, for the empty nesters, the Empty Nest Festival.
So many people cried with me on that one.
Yes, and then, long story short, both her kids came back in quick succession and are still home as we speak. Daughter came home with a broken heart.
Yeah.
Temporary broken heart, I hope.
Yeah.
From Thailand and has gone back. She was supposed to be going back and she's delayed it a little bit. And since then, global politics have changed
Very
somewhat.
Inconvenient for her.
And she's taken it personally.
Yes.
Was she like, can you not just ring them and say that I need to fly to Thailand?
She's like, I'll just fly around it. Just tell them. Like, it doesn't quite work like that. Well, can you ring them and just say I need to be there by the weekend? Like, who do you want me to ring?
Is that Mr. Trump? Hi. So as it stands at the moment, you're sort of, pun intended, arrangements a bit up in the air.
I'm trying to explain to her that she can't fly through the Middle East.
Yes.
She's not very happy about that situation.
I mean, I'd be quite happy to send your daughter to the White House. I think she would sort them all out like that immediately. I was going to mention, by the way, because I know I said it was Mox on the last main episode, and it was my son's 18th birthday, 2 days after my son's birthday. It's my daughter's 16th birthday.
It is.
So you may ask why they are 2 years and 2 days apart. Do you know why they're...
Something to do with Glastonbury, isn't it?
It is Glastonbury. Mm-hmm. The magic of Glastonbury. The ley lines. I was laid across the ley
starry
lines. Yes. In a
young love honeymoon period, wasn't it?
No, not really, but sort of more a beige motorhome while Blur were playing. I think it was raining. Very romantic. The kids, as you can imagine, love this story about how they were conceived. They're like, so daughter's turning 16 and she also has got her GCSE marks. Very different with her. I mean, son doesn't really ask for that much. She's not particularly grabby, but she does send us one of her iconic birthday lists with links to everything that she wants. Some of it from like Australia, a certain kind of UGG that has got a certain kind of button on it, things like that. But it's just suggestions of the things that she wants, including tiny little skirts. I'm just like...
I mean, come on. You were in a tiny little skirt up until your late 30s, early 40s.
I know. Remember that combat one that I used to have? That had like a little chain on it. It was it was a strip of camouflage fabric that just barely covered me flower.
Yes. And there was one in Vogue recently or something, wasn't there?
Oh, my little... thanks for you want me in Vogue magazine. Shut up, don't bring that up. That's embarrassing. Thanks for bringing it up. It wasn't the print edition. I was like, is it in the print edition? version so I can frame it and put it in my downstairs loo. No, but it was online in Vogue.
Online,
That's pretty
in your
cool.
little short haircuts. Wow.
All about denim skirts, with my little pixie cut.
Yeah, so you can't say
So
anything.
I can't, and I do get her these things. It's more, my face is more like, oh God, because I know I'm going to have to then negotiate with her dad about her wearing these clothes, and it's me who's bought them. So, making a petit rod for my back. But I was thinking also, she's so 16 and 18, Sonny's off to university in September. And I know that we've talked about empty nest and about kids going off to uni and, getting into the places that they want to go to and how to cope when they're away. But what we've not touched on is sort of the siblings' reaction. When, maybe if you've got 2 or 3 kids and when the first, when one of them is going off to uni and the other one's left behind.
Oh, yes.
Especially when the one left behind, because she's the third one, is, there's no other
She's left dealing with you two.
She's left dealing with me and Ben.
Oh, God.
So we're going to be on her like a pigeon on a chip. We're going to be like, oh, like just wanting to hang out with her. And I think she's just a bit like, oh, God, because her and her brother, they are so close. Like crazily close. And she is dreading him going. She's going to miss him so much. He's got 2 offers in his top places. One's up north and one's London. Okay. And so he'll still move out if he's in London, but at least he'll be a bit closer. And it's difficult because it's hard because obviously I love him so much, but I also kind of want him to go and have that experience up north because Lola loved going to Leeds. Yeah. She loves it up there. So I'm thinking for him, I think it'd really do him good to
get a bit of northernness.
Yeah, to get away from us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just to go and spread his wings a little bit. And it feels counterintuitive saying that because I love him so much and I'll just miss.
You're breaking your own heart.
I will physically miss him. Yeah. I just miss him so much. But, I think it'd do him good. But obviously she's kind of hoping he stays in London.
Yeah, of course.
Because she's going to miss him so much.
Yeah.
I said to Ben, should we try? Should we have another baby? Ours are all leaving. I explained it'd involve us having sex, so he wasn't keen. It's like, no, you're all right. So, it's interesting. You might be in a similar situation where one of your kids, one of your teens, how do you help the teen left behind to cope with their...
Well, I do hover with my son when my daughter's not there now. I find myself staying in on a Saturday night, really trying to hope that he's staying in too. And then if he is... kidding myself that he's going to want to spend time with me. Of course he doesn't want to sit with me on a Saturday night, but I kind of sit waiting.
Yeah, like...
You're going to take away.
Got some nachos.
Do you want to watch
And he's got his lovely girlfriend, hasn't he?
Yeah.
You're a big fan of, aren't you?
Yeah, he spends loads of time with me when she's around, which is quite nice.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, they just kind of like to hang out with me and we have really good discussions. And...
So that's the 3 people under your roof now. You've gone from 0 to 3.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, have I told you about I hosted the UK Cruise Awards.
Oh!
We got some offers for cruises.
Where are we going?
Well, where are we not going? I think I'm going to have to resign from all my jobs and just me and you go cruising for a whole year.
I'll do that full time, babe.
Yes, let's take the 10 Commandments on the high seas.
We can all go.
Yeah, the reality is, I don't know, maybe next year for a week or so on a nice ship somewhere.
Yeah, lovely.
Maybe around the Greek islands or something.
Yes, very nice.
Hosting these awards, and the awards are going to travel agents basically, and it's all the different cruise companies, the main cruise companies. They come up with who the awards go to, the travel agents that they deal with, who manage to sell lots of their cruises. So it's a really lovely night. It's the second time I've hosted it. Last year, my shtick was all about me and my best mate Clare want to go on a cruise.
I want to come to this awards night.
Yeah, if I get to do it, third time lucky, then I will you
Can
out
I be on your rider?
Yeah, and just have you on stage and they going, look how tired she is. She does a lot of hairdressing. She needs a cruise. And this year, I kind of lightly mention it, and it gets such a good laugh that everybody was coming up and they'd come up like, from wherever, from P&O Cruises or from, Holland, America or wherever. And every time they'd come up to give an award, they'd go, and we'd like to offer you and Clare a cruise. And everyone was like, yeah! It became like a joke of the night.
That's amazing.
It was cute. So if it happens, let's take TC on the high seas.
Oh, yeah, let's
Even sounds good, that, doesn't it? It'd be so nice. We're
They
overdue
have little
a
teen
holiday.
clubs, don't they, on the cruises? I'm sure all those teenagers would love to go to a
Teen Commandments recorded, yeah. Maybe not. But the parents could come along, could be good.
Yeah, it'd be fab.
Let's make it happen.
Very excited.
So how's things with you? What's been going on in your world with the teens?
Well, I've been on a little hike
Nice.
with my cousin's daughter and my daughter. So they say the cousins, but the second cousins or whatever that means. But we had a real nostalgic moment because they reminded me and my cousin of how we were with her mum and my mum, who are sisters.
Cute.
And we had a really, really good giggle, a really good day out, and it was really nice. But the teens were obviously 10 steps behind us, didn't really want to be associated with us until we all went for lunch, and then we were paying, so it was a very different
of course.
story.
So then they were like,
But it's really nice, and I'm finding that going for hikes is something that my daughter's willing to do with me above everything else, which is odd because I would have never done that with my mum.
No, when your mum wanted to go, you'd always just be like, why?
Yeah.
You'd be like, let's go for a walk. Where to? Why?
Yeah. Just no, but this is different.
And do you think it's because it's quite sort of popular on TikTok?
I think it is. I think it's something
and when you say hiking, it's quite LA-ish. I imagine like Jennifer Aniston going hiking in the Hollywood Hills with a couple of rescued German shepherds. That's where I immediately go to with her lovely arms.
We're down in Ramsbottom, babe.
Lovely arms. But yeah, you're around Ramsbottom.
My arms aren't that lovely. I'm working on it though.
We all dream of Jennifer Aniston arms. We're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Women are mad. We should be very happy with our arms.
Yes, very much so. Good point.
But the hiking thing, yeah. When you say hiking, are you
really
scrabbling up rock faces?
No, not really.
Is it a walk?
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk.
It's basically a walk.
Yeah.
Talking about getting out in the great outdoors, actually something my daughter said to me at dinner last night. We were doing our meat-free Mondays.
Oh, yes.
I'll tell you about that.
You text me on the train, you're like, it's meat-free Monday.
You were like, is this a London-wide thing? No, just in our house.
It's like going to get off at London like, it's meat-free, did you not know? Everyone move away.
Get away from Burger King. Harassing people in Euston. It's because which is great. She's doing, learning about climate change and sort of, the meat industry. So Mondays we're trying to be meat free, but obviously last week I made a lovely tofu stir fry. It's delicious, actually.
Nice.
Obviously if you fry a flip flop, it tastes all right. So you fry up this tofu, it's delicious. And we're around the table and I was saying about how I'd been at a shoot that day and there was like, they'd served lunch and I was like, I went for the veggie option, and at school, daughter went for the veggie version of the Caesar salad, didn't have any chicken on it. And then Ben was like, I had some ham. And I'm like, Ben, that's not allowed. And then my son was like, I had bolognese at college and then I had a ham and cheese croissant from Gales. And I'm like, okay, that's not really that meat free, guys. Can we just do it a bit better, please, for next week? So yesterday, we were having tea. We had like a Mexican veggie chili. Obviously, made that on Sunday whilst I was making the dinner on Sunday.
Fabulous. Well done.
My mum, when I was little and mum used to go, she has to stick her brush up my ass and sweep the floor while I'm at it. That was one of Jackie's classic sayings when she was doing
saying that on Sunday?
In my head, yeah. I was like, I'll just make tomorrow's dinner, shall I? Yeah, all right. Well, I'm doing tonight's dinner. So we're having a chili last night and they were talking. I like it when my son and daughter, they're just silly together.
Yeah.
And they've got their own language almost. And actually, Ben wasn't there. So it was quite nice because it just sort of washes over me as they're just chatting away. And I quite like that they're so close. And she mentioned very briefly, I was like, what are you on about? And it was bear or man. And there's something, I think it's on socials at the moment, which I know always makes me sound 103. Oh, it's a thing. What did you say that time?
It's a buzzword.
It's a buzzword. It's a buzzword, guys. There's something happening on socials, and it's.
I never explain it very well either. It's a thing about a thing, that there's a man and a thing,
right? And then you got to get a thing. So apparently, it's a bit of a trend that's going on where
even that sounds old.
It's a trend that's going on where you've got to say, if you were going to be trapped in a forest, would you want to be in a forest? Would you be safer trapped with a man or with a bear? And the whole thing is that young women are saying they'd rather take their chances with a bear.
Wow.
Which obviously is quite indicative of the way that young women feel about men and about toxic masculinity. And it's kind of a bit of a fun thing with a bit of a more serious message, of course. I ruined it because I took it totally literally. I'm like, well, a bear would eat you immediately and would kill you, so I wouldn't go with the bear.
Stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd go with the man because at least you can kick a man in the balls and then you can try and gouge his eyes. And I was just, they were just both like eating them. The veggie chili, like, she's ruining it again. Because, we did that. We also did that self-defense. Remember, did I tell you about that, where we got that man to come round, that young guy with all the tattoos?
Oh, you did, yeah.
We did it in the garage that we've made into a bit of a gym. And it was good with my son and daughter. They were just like, Mom, do we have to? Yeah, come on. Dale's coming round, or whatever he was called, with all his tats. And then he'd have one of us up against the wall and work out, give it a bit of that with the fingers in their eyes and stuff. It was good. I was like, do you remember what to do if you're in the forest with a bear or a man? And they were like,
I love how your kids engage. If I did something like that, they'd be like, no, absolutely not. I'm not doing anything like
They
that.
really weren't keen.
Cool.
But by the end of the self-defense, and I'll sometimes still grab my daughter's ponytail in the kitchen and see if she remembers.
That's really brave. I'd love you to try that with my daughter.
No, I wouldn't. Again, I'd go bear over your daughter for sure, definitely. Right. Oh God, we've had some great answers to the question of the week, which is all about if you've got teens that have flown the nest, have you taken that up as your chance to get some new hobbies, to have a bit of you time, things you may have rediscovered from your past? So what are people saying, please, Claire, with our question of the week?
Well, Sammy has said she's taken up drinking in the evening.
Right, okay. This isn't what I envisaged. I thought there'd be haberdashery, stamp collecting, butterfly spotting. She's just getting absolutely hammered.
She's getting drunk in the evening.
There is actually a reason for this though, Sammy. She's not just slipping into alcoholism.
No, it might be happening, but it's because...
Let's just say Sammy's not. She's fine.
She's fine. She's doing it because she's not on standby for any teenagers needing a lift at the moment. So, it's time to celebrate. Let loose.
Makes sense. Flo says, oh, come on, Flo. I started horse riding again.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely love it. Feel like if you're horsey when you're a teen, you do, if you can, circle back to it. And that's exactly what I did.
You do circle back to who you wanted to be as a teen, I think.
Or who you once were. Because I was 17 when I last had a horse. And then I was 47 when I got Nelly, when I got my lovely horsey.
Amazing. I think you do it better though, because at this age you do it and you've got a little bit more belief in yourself and a little bit more confidence.
And you appreciate it a bit more. And also...
If you get a chance to have an empty nest, that is, because, I literally...
Yeah, how are your hobbies going, babe?
Well, I bought this cookbook because I've always fancied myself as a little bit of a chef. I wanted to do it when I was younger.
You?
Yeah, but then someone said to me, it's unsociable hours, so I just scrapped it immediately.
I could see you.
Oh, I really wanted to get into it.
In the kitchen and everyone giving it, yes, chef, and you there.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've got your hair in a bun and you got a pencil through your bun, maybe just to scribble down notes on a recipe.
Oh, I'll try that.
With your white coat on.
Right.
Well, are you a good cook? You've not
but when I can be bothered, know, and sometimes because it's just me, I'm just a little bit lazy. But I thought, no, I'm going to go back in, and I bought myself a really nice cookbook that's a full read, that it introduces the reasons why we do things, and I really wanted to get in. Oh, I love it.
No, I just fast forward to all the recipes.
I felt like I was on a new course.
Okay.
And I got it, and I'm literally on page fucking 4 until my kids have come back, and I'm like,
well, you can still cook even though they're there, or do you feel like you just want the space? I wanted
fresh knowledge. I wanted to look at it from a new, I don't know, set of eyes or
to have the space anyway without them in the house.
Yeah, it's not.
I like how we're now watching live a woman crumbling under the pressure of not having an empty nest anymore. So you're like, they're ruining everything. Anonymous says at 51 I retrained as a canine massage therapist.
Wow.
What? It took 3 years, but I'm now a registered Gallon therapist. Never went to uni or did well at school. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, but I needed to keep busy once the daughter left for uni. Good for you.
Yeah.
I like that she's anonymous. There's no shame in rubbing dogs. How lovely.
Frankie says
it's aromatherapy, as some of them do. They like,
well,
this is liver. Have a smell of this. This one's sausages. When they do that bit before a massage.
Yeah.
Stop making me sniff stuff. Just rub me. But
with
a doggy one. Yeah. What's Frankie saying, sorry?
Frankie says, going to various fitness clubs with my friend, followed by sauna and then wine time.
Lovely.
I don't think I ever stopped that, really.
Amy's taken up shagging.
Wow.
Says, well done, Amy. Thanks. Any more for any more? hello@teencommandments.co.uk. We've got our little Your Turn episode on a Wednesday, of course. So we love to hear from you. All your fantastic emails, all your stories about raising teens, or indeed your teenage years. And that is from whence we managed to mine the most juiciest tales.
Yeah, that's so good.
You can be anonymous if need be. Do leave little comments wherever you listen to this podcast, please. And if you're watching on YouTube, please leave little comments saying things like, this is the best podcast I've ever heard in my life, and share it with people.
A lot do say that, actually.
That was quite aggressive. Okay, just don't hit my face. Now, I wanted to talk about school trips and holidays.
Okay.
Although I've got to say, actually, I don't think what with there being 15 of us living in a crisp packet, we were that poor, etc., etc. I don't think I ever went abroad with school. I don't think my mum could afford.
Did you not?
Or unless I can't remember even being on offer at my secondary school. Trips abroad. It definitely wasn't something that I did. The furthest that I got on holiday was a geography trip to Llandudno.
Right, okay. I went skiing in Switzerland.
This is nice.
The only reason I went is because the boy I fancied was going on it, and I found out, and I begged and begged and begged for it. And it was,
this is the one where
this is the one.
You had a kiss.
I snogged him. Yeah.
The rustle of
Then afterwards he said, "Don't tell anyone."
Oh yeah. What a
ruined
bastard.
it. Ruined my life.
The rustle of polyester up on the slopes though.
Oh, it was so good.
And
I actually couldn't ski, and we were in this beginner class, and he was quite advanced, and he was in this group, and we were up this hill, and I was supposed to come to a stop, but because he was in this class, I actually skied straight past him and didn't dare stop or fall over, and ended up trapped down a cliff where I had to be rescued a little bit. I just went straight past him.
So you're going down a hill on your skis.
No, he's there.
Want to play it cool. So it's the equivalent of sauntering past a guy
Posing,
that you fancy.
right. I'm not going to change
But you
position
just keep
here.
going on the skis. And then plummeted.
Mm-hmm.
You've never told me about this bit.
Yeah, I got.
So you went, I've never been skiing, and it just terrifies me. I'm so scared of
it's
heights
so
and of
fun.
falling off
I have only
mountains
been
and
the
things.
once.
Yeah, but this story isn't helping. So what, did you go into some deep snow or into some sort of
I dropped
conifers?
down this drop that we weren't supposed to be anywhere near. We were supposed to have stopped ages ago.
Are we talking winch and a helicopter? We're talking about dogs?
Geography teacher had to come and get me
Just
off.
going, Clare Hamilton, come back up
What's
here.
in it? I told you to stop. I know, but Richard was there.
Richard. Has he been in touch? Didn't we do an appeal last time you told this story for him to get back in touch?
Remember our snog, Richard?
If you are out there, Richard, we would love...
You probably don't even know who I am.
So you went skiing, quite fancy. Day trips from school. Where were you? So you're Whitefield. You wouldn't... I mean, back then you didn't really go that far really on your school trips. I mean, obviously we went to the geography. We had to go on, the beach and measure stuff.
Yeah, I don't know where that would have been.
When we went to Llandudno. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember much. I know we went to Great Hucklow.
Where's that?
Great Hucklow.
What was it? Was it that for geography? Was that to go and measure things?
No, that was with church. I was in a little church group. Went there.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned this casually, I think, on the last episode on the main ep about you being in the choir.
Church. Yeah, I had to go to church because my mum and dad basically used to go out on a Saturday night. So she'd just palm me off with the neighbours, so she'd take me to church on a Sunday because they were hungover. That's why I was there.
Oh, hang on a minute. So this was to facilitate your mum and dad's night out?
Yeah.
And so they could sleep off their boozy night and you'd be there with the Lord Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, they never came to church unless I was performing in the choir, basically.
Did they not? That's so funny.
No.
So then you had to go off on a trip with church as well.
Yeah, we went on a trip with church and it was good fun, actually. It was great. Yeah.
Did you find Jesus?
No. There was a boy there, though. I can't remember his name.
Did he have a beard and shaggy
Nicky.
hair and good
Nicky.
abs? Did you see a vision of Jesus?
No.
Oh, Nicky. So there's a boy that you liked at church. There's a theme developing.
Yeah.
Skiing.
There was always
You'd never
boys,
skied
I think.
before.
Never skied before.
Church stuff. You didn't find Jesus, but you found a nice boy called Nicky.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. Things happen on school trips, don't they?
Yeah, romances blossom.
I remember my daughter being on school trips and now they've got FaceTime and stuff, haven't they? And I remember her talking to me and I remember thinking, that teacher's leathered behind you. Definitely pissed.
Oh, really?
Like, I've never seen them in that capacity before. Like, what are they drinking? She's like, I don't know. They're just really loud, Mum.
They've just packed some little mini bottles of Rioja and having the best time. I'm trying to think of because when my daughter went away, they had to stay. I mean, it's not like we live in a palace, but like, obviously we just, you know, our house is nice and her room's nice and clean and stuff.
Yeah.
But like the places where, and she goes to a really nice school, but the places that they've taken them on trips away, on residentials, it's like they've taken them, they've dropped them off at a bar stool for a couple of nights. Like the pictures that you see in the video evidence, do you think it's character building?
Yeah.
Where I'm a bit like that with them, to be fair. Where I'm like, you be right, it's all right.
Yeah.
No, just don't look at the stains. Turn the mattress over, it's fine. Sending us pictures of like, you know, bits of graffiti and stuff because they're all in like crudely built wooden bunk beds and
that's
with,
right.
You know,
and
help scrawled on. Or,
such a body was in 1982, and they're like, how is this bed still standing?
And I'm like, no, it's fine. You'll have a lovely time.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I guess that's not changed from when we were younger, was that you'd just be going to slightly dodgy places.
Yeah, we used to go Jodrell Bank, wasn't it? That was one.
Yeah, Jodrell Bank, where you go and look at the big satellites. That was a notorious place where I stole a pen from the gift shop, confessed it to my mum, thinking she'd be dead proud of me like Fagin. Actually completely bollocked me. I don't know what I was thinking. One of the many times where I've misjudged my mother. Thought she'd find something amusing. Like what mum would go, well done for nicking something. So funny. I was all pleased with myself.
Do you know what I found with my son when I send him on? Because he's been skiing a few times and it cost me a fortune.
Yeah.
And I remember having to pay it off in installments. Like, God, you know, we're actually sacrificing a bit of a family holiday this year so you can go and do that.
Yeah, it's so
there he
spendy.
is. And I think he went to Canada one year. And I was like, send me some pictures. I've said this before, haven't I? And he was literally where he was he was having something to eat and I got a picture of a ketchup bottle and that was it. Well, then thousands of pounds and that's all I got to see of what he'd been doing.
He was like, you asked for a picture, here's a picture. Obviously, we'd go to the zoo, always a classic, hoping that you'd see at least like a monkey with a red bum. That'd be the thing you'd be after. I do remember that we'd be on the coach and we'd all have a packed lunch. And I know it's a classic where everybody'd eat the packed lunch before you'd even left the car park, before the grumpy coach driver who stank of fags had pulled out of the car park. You'd all be open, and I would always have egg mayonnaise butties, and they would all like, oh, Coxie stinks of eggs. Oh. And I'd be like, shut up, I love egg mayonnaise butty. I'd always have my egg butties at the back of my massive forehead. And we once went with school to like the Lake District, and afterwards they got all the parents to come into school and they did a big slideshow, and it was massive, the screen of our adventures around the Lake District. I mean, we've said before where they just set you off with a compass. Like they give you a compass.
Into the wilderness.
No mobiles, no way of tracking you. And they just send you off over the moorland to hopefully not get too murdered and give you a compass, go and find these points and all this. So they did all that with us. There was one point where we had to have a little go on a canoe and I was not happy. And I'll never forget all the parents laughed because up came this big picture on the slideshow. And it was a real close-up of me in like a green woolly bobble hat, sulking in a canoe, like clearly not happy at all, just like gently bobbing along on Lake Coniston, like a real like bottom lip on me, and all the parents were like, oh, isn't it cute? I'm fuming. Our kids are lucky they've been off. My daughter's been off skiing with, I mean, they do mad trips now.
Yeah, it's
to
great,
like China, to like incredible,
That's insane.
Like madly expensive and madly, but it's good. See the world. Go further than Jodrell Bank is the moral of the tale, maybe.
Chester Zoo.
So as I've mentioned, we are deep in birthday season in our house at the moment. And obviously we suggested, because my son's 18 and my daughter's turned 16, a joint birthday party. They were like, no. But I thought that'd be cute. Loads of 18-year-olds and loads of 16-year-olds, because they've got loads of friends in common. Because my daughter's mates, older sisters, know my son, you know, so it would kind of work.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I mean, I feel like, was this always the case with teenagers where there's just so many rules about what's cool or not? I can't remember having those as much when I was their age, but maybe I've just forgotten, you know, God, it's just so uncool, Mum, as if we do that. Like the idea of some things are just so mortifying to my kids.
Yeah.
But maybe it was always the way.
I think it's always been the way. There's no way. There's 2 years between my two as well, isn't there? There's no way they'd have shared a birthday party.
And would you have shared a birthday party with your younger brother?
No, definitely not.
Even no, I know.
No, that'd have been odd because he's that much younger and it'd be just all of his uncool little friends. That's how you see it, isn't it? As the older sibling, just a bit like, no.
And also, like, the 2 years difference to them is massive. And obviously, when you're 26 and 28, it makes no difference at all.
Yeah.
But no, it's a really big thing. And it's tricky I find now with my son, like, trying to get him to get organised and to get stuff together. You know what I mean? I'm like, the whole time when we were away in Barbados, I was like saying to him, what are you doing for your 18th? Because we can't just let it pass by and not do anything. And I had to kind of really, I guess what it is, and we all feel a bit like this when you're putting on a party, it's that pressure a little bit, isn't it? When you're putting on some occasion of like, what happens if like nobody comes, or it's a bit, you know, you're making yourself a bit vulnerable really, aren't you, by inviting people? And I guess when you're 18, it's like magnified by a million.
Yeah.
Anyway, he invited people. He's going to the pub. Lots of people are going. People, you know, his mates are all going, and it's going to be absolutely fine. So
I think in a way, you've escaped. You've dodged a bullet there a little bit because I'm hosting I am helping with a sweet 16th birthday party at the end of the month, and I'm slightly dreading it.
Yeah,
because you know you've got the full responsibility of a load of kids there that aren't necessarily of age yet.
So are you going round and helping out with this Sweet 16?
Yeah.
Sweet 16 in itself, quite an American thing, isn't it? The
Sweet
16 being a big deal. So there's going to be loads of... I mean, after the pub, we have said that he can bring people back for afters.
Okay.
Is that mad?
Well, you know... Tell me afterwards. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know what his friends are like. It's like you just don't know. Do you remember the party?
They're good, I think. I think me and Ben will just have to hide upstairs. But
don't look or listen. They're that bit older, aren't they, at 18? They're that bit more responsible. I think it's that classic case of they get overexcited. They come in with the bags clunking when they're like 15, 16 and they just get absolutely leathered.
At 18, they'll have been at the pub.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all huge drinkers.
Yeah.
Don't think they are. So if they come back for some drinks, might be all right.
You'll be all right. It's the younger ones that are.
And that's what you're going to deal with the Sweet 16. How come have you been roped into?
It's the same
You've done
one
this
last
before.
time. It's the same person. The last time we had 2 ambulances at the house.
But it's not the same child, is it?
Same child, but that was her 14.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so now she's 16.
Babe.
Yeah.
Are you sure about this?
This is what I said to her mum. It's like, are you crazy?
So is she having a house party
50
again?
people.
Oh, God. So Ben's stepbrother's daughter was having a 16.
Yeah.
And what they did was the adults all hid upstairs. So much so because my daughter went to it, because it's kind of her cousin, and said there was no adults there, no parents there at all. She thought it was great. Actually, the parents were hiding upstairs.
Okay.
And they had about...
What, literally hiding?
Literally hiding.
Right, okay.
Behind the curtains all night. No, they were upstairs chilling, but they just completely stayed out of the picture.
Fine.
And they had about 60 girls and boys, all her schoolmates, loads and loads of people, but she had 2 security, one on the front door, one on the back door.
Right.
So one doing a bit of a list at the front door, and then the other one sort of just at the back and just strolling around and keeping an eye on things. Now, when Lola had her party, when she must have been about 15 or 16, you know what we did? I don't think I told you this. Did I tell you that we had Colin there?
No, did you?
So legendary Colin, who is my driver, security, tour manager when I go and very rarely these days do my gigs, go DJing. Colin is the guy who drives me and looks after me, and he's amazing. I love him to bits. And he's driven us and stuff when we're going on a big family trip. He's driven us to the airport, and he's done amazing stuff for the family as well, like driven me dad and stuff.
Yeah,
we love him to bits. And Ben was like, we're not going to need security for Lola and her sweet friends. And I was like, just in case. So we didn't have him on the door because I just thought, what if some kids have heard about it and they all turn up and if there's some dodgy lads, you know. Anyway, so we just sat outside in his van.
Did he?
He didn't even come near the house. And we gave him a few quid, bless him. He was like, all right. And like, wasn't needed at all. But I just thought it's... Because when stuff gets a bit fruity or if there's like a gang of lads turns up, it's not quite enough to ring the police.
No.
They wouldn't come anyway for hours. And I can't really send Ben in there, you know what I mean? So we were like, let's get Colin outside. So you're going to be there helping to manage.
It can all go wrong so very quickly. And this
Yeah.
is what happened with the same friend. I know, it went wrong so fast. 1 minute I'm holding somebody's hair back while they're being sick. Next minute somebody's coming and telling me that somebody's in the recovery position upstairs.
Yeah.
There's a lad in the garden. And I'm like, how have they all got so drunk so fast? And what I didn't realise was that all these rucksacks that they came in with were full of hardcore spirits. And they'd necked the lot. And I went to find my friend to sort of say, I need your help. And she's flipping slut dropping with a bunch of them. Like, we need an ambulance. She's like, brilliant.
She's just having the best time in the kitchen. Absolutely leathered.
And I've told her this time. I said, no, I'll do it with you, but you've got to help me.
Yeah.
She just gave me that wicked grin. Okay.
I know the friend you're talking about.
You know who I mean,
We do love
don't
it
you?
to bits.
Oh, she's so much fun, but flipping out. She's having a big marquee.
She's the one who sometimes, doesn't she message you and say,
Mute me.
Mute me. I'm opening a bottle of Prosecco. Mute me.
Put me on mute.
And it'll be like 2 p.m. or whatever. And you're like, okay, babe. So you could just, because within the hour, she'll just be voice noting you and trying to FaceTime you and you're at work. Like, no. We love her.
So fun.
Let's call her the letter S.
Yeah.
Hi, Betty, if you're listening.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Well, good luck with that. Looking for, at least
I'll
we'll
report
get
back.
we'll get some material for the pod
There's
for sure.
definitely content there.
I mean, I feel like my son and his friends aren't that bothered about drinking. That is really different to our...
all we did, our birthdays as teens, I don't really remember a particular party.
Me neither. I don't think I did anything for me 18.
No, I know I went raving for me 18.
I must have been raving.
I've got a picture of me on my 18th. What my mum was thinking, I've got a fag in my hand and a fucking firework in the other.
You're like one of those government safety videos warning about the dangers. Yeah, I must have been out raving for me 18th. I know there wasn't a properly organised thing. I mean, my daughter and her friends, I think because they're gonna go to a local restaurant and have a bit of food, and I've said they can have prinks. Oh, pre-drinks. She thought I'd made up that word. If people still using prinks.
I've never heard that word.
The millennials at work, the Gen Zs at work are still using prinks. So they're going to have, is it prinks? Is it a thing? Little pre-drink? Okay. 2 out of 3 saying yes, 1 doing a funny face. Got some young people here. If you're watching on YouTube, some young people over there. So they're going to have a little drink at ours. And then go off for some food, then come back and hang out, her and her girl mates.
Is it you that gave your card to your daughter last time when they went out for dinner? I would never have done that with my daughter. Well, one, it would have declined anyway.
Basically would have declined.
Like, good luck with that. Don't start martinis all round.
Well, no, that was for her 15th, where they went out to... 8 of them went to the Ivy Cafe with our card. I mean, that's
trusting. She is very sensible.
To be fair, everything that they're doing for these birthdays, I know that sounds proper swanky and it is quite posh, but it's all cheaper than a party. It's so much cheaper than hiring a place and having a minimum spend and all that. Just letting them do that. They do go big though.
I think that's across the board. Expensive. They go the bigger the better, don't they?
But to your point, I mean, I think we said at the time last year, like this, I wasn't sophisticated enough at 15 to go into a restaurant with all my friends and to order. And I was still very much like more at 15. And
can you imagine saying to my dad, "Can I have your card?" Can you bloody hell?
For a start, it would have been a checkbook, wouldn't it? It would have been like, I'll give you my checkbook here and roll off a 50.
I could have done his signature, no problem. I never thought of it.
You'd been forging that for years on school letters. We'd love your stories about, we're going to report back, obviously, on how both the birthday celebrations went for my kids. Yes. And also where Clare goes, where she's essentially been roped in again. Maybe if they were 14 last time and they were pretty wild, maybe 16 they've all matured and it's going to be absolutely fine. They might all bring a Bible. Can I just say you're a very lovely friend to your friend?
Yeah.
Looking forward to hear what happens. We would love your stories about birthday parties that go, we've had a few in the past for your turn. They're absolutely cracking. So if you've had a birthday party as a teenager that is memorable for all the wrong reasons, we would love to know, please. hello@teencommandments.co.uk. Equally, if you have been helping out a friend friend's kids' party, or your own kids have gone pretty wild when you've let them have a few friends or a gathering round at yours, let us know, please. All the dirty, dirty details we need to know. That's for our Your Turn episode, which is every Wednesday. Thank you very much for listening to Teen Commandments. We will be back with Your Turn. Have a gorgeous couple of days. Thanks for listening. Make sure you share this episode, and we love you very much, don't we, Clare?
We love you very, very
I love
much.
you. I love you too.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.